After its debut as weightlifting in the Tokyo 1964 Paralympic Games, the sport, now known as powerlifting, expanded from just male lifters with a spinal cord injury to include athletes with physical impairments that affect their lower limbs or hips, or athletes with short stature. Female powerlifters made their Paralympic debut in 2000. Powerlifting is the ultimate test of upper body strength, and you'll often see athletes lifting more than 3 times their own body weight. Powerlifters are split into 10 different categories based on body weight for each gender. Powerlifting consists of one discipline, a bench press. Unlike the able-bodied sport where athletes use their feet on the floor to assist the bench press, Paralympic athletes lie totally flat on a completely different style of bench. Each competitor has 2 minutes to complete their attempt. When the lifter has the bar under full control, they must wait until they receive the command, start. Start! Then they have to lower the bar in a controlled manner and definitively stop it on the chest. Next, they press it upwards, lock out both elbows simultaneously and hold the bar under control until the referees command to wrap. At least 2 white lights are required from 3 referees for a good lift. A red light indicates a bad lift. Athletes have 3 attempts, and the winner is the athlete that lifts the heaviest weight. In the 3rd round, 2 weight changes are permitted. The weight change can be higher or lower. No changes are allowed if the lifter has already been called to the platform by the speaker, and/or if the bar has already been loaded. To attempt a new record, it must exceed the previous one set by a minimum of 0.5 kilograms. Where a world record is broken during the actual 3 lifts of competition, the 0.5 kilograms does not count towards the competition total, but is rounded down to the full kilogram. The jury may allow a 4th attempt for a world record. This adds suspense to the competition, as a lifter could break the world record but may not win gold. Powerlifting offers a tense and dramatic spectacle where coaches have to be good strategists as their athletes battle to outlift their rivals.
A very good evening and a warm welcome to the Hacha Hassan Arena here in Algiers. It's the final day of the Algiers 2018 World Powerlifting African Championships. Jonathan Bell here bringing you all of the action as it comes our way as we go to the penultimate session, and it's the men's up to 80 kg. Not long left at all of these championships, but still another batch of medals on offer for our 7 competitors taking part in this men's event. Only men's events from now until the end of the final day. The women completing their stint here in Algiers a few moments ago in the previous session. That's the scene backstage then in the warm-up area. The competitors for the men's up to 80 kg just getting ready and geared up for their lifts. They've already been introduced to the crowd here in Algiers, which gets bigger and bigger with every session, which is great to see. Quite a bit of media interest here as well. A few of the local and national television stations coming here and performing interviews with some of the Algerian medalists. They'll be hoping there is some more Algerian medalists as well in this session. Djali Cheboub represents Algeria very shortly. He'll be lifting 4th, but it's going to be an interesting competition for particularly the silver and the bronze medal. The favourite for the gold is the man who is starting with 210 should I say, number 7 next to his name, the Egyptian Mohamed El Alfat, weighing in at 79.3 for this, and he's definitely going gung-ho with that first lift. So as ever, a spread of nationalities right from across the continent, and it's from the continent and beyond where we see our referees and jury. But the action getting underway very soon indeed in the men's up to 80 kg in the penultimate session on the final day of Algiers 2018 the World's Powerlifting African Championships. Live and exclusive coverage shortly coming from the Hacha Hassan Arena. Don't go anywhere. And there goes that sound for the start of the session. Really looking forward to this one. Seven competitors, all going for 3 medals. Gold, silver and bronze on offer. And the first of our competitors to come to the stage is Brima Nelson Domawa, and history this for Sierra Leone, their only athlete taking part this weekend and their first ever athlete to take part at an international championships. So whatever the result here for Domawa, who weighs in the lightest of all 7 athletes, it'll be a success that they have an athlete here in Algiers, and the best of luck to him and all the competitors in this session. 80 kilograms is the weight he's got to lift, which is 4.9 kilograms heavier than his own body weight. Brima Nelson Domawa for Sierra Leone. A no lift to start off with. Seemed to rush it a little bit there on the vertical lift back up from his chest, and certainly room for improvement for him, and he'll have 2 more attempts to get first and foremost a lift on the board and a lift of a weight that he is happy with. Each of our athletes getting 3 attempts. You have to be strategic as well as strong in this event, which is why the coaches have so much involvement, because if you are unable to lift your first lift, it knocks your confidence, and you can progress, you can still try and set yourself a heavier target, but you're risking going 3 lifts without any successful attempts next to your name. You've got to get one under your belt to have any chance of a medal. Up next, Bakary Kouyaté of Côte d'Ivoire. Lifting here 120. Weighing in alongside Abdelharim Al Amari, who's coming up later on as the heaviest athlete in this event. Half a kilo off the cut-off point. Kouyaté being thoroughly strapped in before he takes this lift. The 47-year-old aiming for 120 kg. I'm waiting for the lights from the officials, and then there are no lift for Bakary Kouyaté on that first attempt. Not quite getting that evenness on the push up there. Will Mohamed Hussein coming up next be able to give us our first successful lift of this session? He is the only junior representative in this competition, 19 years of age, aiming for 133. And they'll be hoping over the course of this session to set a new junior African record. The junior world record is 161. So he's got a bit of work to do in order to achieve that. But the start of his campaign, we'll see him attempt to lift 133 kilograms for Egypt. Well, it's certainly an exuberant build-up from Mohamed Hussein, and it's reaped its reward as well. First successful lift of the competition, and it is the junior who has been able to achieve it with 133. A really impressive lift that from the Egyptian. Watching that bar all the way, staring it out with laser-like vision. Some real purpose in that lift, and he is off the mark. Up next from Benin, despite the flag on the screen being Egyptian, do apologise for that. It is Flaman Honore Feihoun, who is attempting to lift 140. First lifter, incidentally, from Benin this weekend. 35-year-old here, going for 140, nearly twice his body weight. No lift for Fehoun. We'll be hoping to fare better with his next attempt. A very warm reception from the watching public as well, which is always good to hear. And that reception is just about to get even better and louder for the only Algerian in this weight division, and it's Djali Chebou, 48 years old, the oldest in this competition, and he's got a cult following here in Algiers who will be roaring him on for this lift of 142. And a colossal roar from the crowd, as it's a good lift for Djali Chebou, who at the moment is contributing to an electric atmosphere inside the Hatia Hassan Arena. But he's got his game face on. He's still got work to do. See the twitches in his arm there, but he's still maintained a solid lift that gives him great footing for success in this competition. It's going to be hard for the bronze medal, but he will be in a medal position after round 1 of 3. And trying to leapfrog him will be Abdelharim El Amari of Morocco, 41 years of age, weighing in joint heaviest for this weight division with Bakary Kouyaté, who I mentioned earlier on, from Côte d'Ivoire. Certainly a thorough job being done there for the strapping process. Mari looking relaxed as he goes to lift here 165. It's good. Bit of a nervous wait there for Abdelharim El Amari and his coach, but it was worth the wait, and he's rewarded with a good lift, and that gets him off to an ideal start, getting that first one out of the way, ensuring that it won't be a burden for future rounds to come. There's certainly a weight off his shoulders. And it puts a little bit of pressure now onto the favourite for the title, clear favourite for the title as well, Mohamed El Alfat of Egypt, 39-year-old, who works for a communications company in Egypt. balances training with his job and also looking after his wife and only child as well. Going for a lifted foot 210 here. Bar took it a bit of a while to assemble, but it's all present and correct now. And Mohamed El Al-Fat, 39 years of age and world champion from 2014, could defend his title in this weight division though, after finishing 4th in Mexico, but he has got a silver medal from the 2012 Paralympics next to his name. That was in the up to 75 category. 5k heavier these days, but still going for those sort of weights as he starts off here aiming for 210. Well, there you go. That's the start of a true champion. 210, made to look like a pair of conkers in his hands. Simple stuff. Look at this for a confident start, opting to unrack the bar without a spotter. Just wanted to do it all alone, and that is smooth, solid, consistent, and a real statement of intent that Mohamed El Al-Fat will lead this competition after round 1. So we begin now with the second round, and Brima Nelson Domawa back to where we started, as he'll go for another crack at 80k. What a moment for parasport in Sierra Leone and parasport generally, if Brima Domawa can succeed here and get a valid lift. The only competitor from Sierra Leone this weekend, and the first ever to compete from Sierra Leone in this sport on international level. Seem to be leaning to one side, that, but the officials have given him the benefit of the doubt. And Brima Nelson Domawa has done it. A successful lift of 80k. And he'll feel on top of the world after that. What will his next weight be? Look forward to finding out. Could really set a bit of a yardstick in the sand for Sierra Leone powerlifters to come through the future generations. The 33-year-old though, with a benchmark score of 80 kg and a personal achievement for him, no doubt. Cote d'Ivoire's Bakary Kouyaté back to the stage, and now going for 125 after being unsuccessful with 120 on the first occasion. He's upped it by 5k. It's a bold move. He's obviously confident in his ability. He knew that there wasn't too much wrong with that first lift. If he can just iron out those issues, he should have this one covered. And unfortunately, that's not going to do it. Fabakary Kuyato is in a bit of a sticky patch here, because he's now got to lift at least that weight in the final round to get any score on the board. He's got a smile on his face as he leaves the stage, but different facial expression from his coach. Not really the facial expression of someone who's got that under control, and just couldn't make the lift work. Kuyate will have to have another go at it. In the final round. Up next is the Egyptian Mohammed Hussein. $138 the target this time for the youngster. Turns 20 in February. Talking things through with the very experienced Egyptian coach, 5-time Paralympian, retired in 2016. That seemed very assured from Mohammed Hussein again, and he's managed to get 2 out of 2. Not much stopping this man at the moment. Junior African record is his as well, and it could still be improved on yet. Big puff of the cheeks as he gets that bar back up onto the rack. And even more relief when he saw the lights go white. Benin's Raman Honore Fahoun is back on the stage, and with the right flag next to his name as well. We have a white light next to his name at the end of this, as he failed his first attempt of 140. Going for another crack of the whip at the same weight again. Benin's Rahman Honore Fahoun trying to lift 140 for the first time. And not being able to do so. That will go down to an nail-biting third and final lift for him, just like Bakary Kouyaté from Côte d'Ivoire. Well, the Algerian flag is waving in the crowd furiously for Djali Cheboub to re-enter the stage. It's so loud, the atmosphere in here, you can barely hear the announcer speak. But Cheboub is back, still with that poker face, as he looks to lift 148 in his pursuit for a bronze medal. That's the position he's in at the moment, but he's got a couple of competitors with their eye on that as well. Fahoun is one of them, but after his failure second time around, then Cheboub really has an opening here to strengthen his grip on silver, or bronze should I say. Silver a bit out of reach, certainly bronze is attainable for the Algerian, who look to improve their medal count even further. Quite sure if he's got that. He hasn't. I have to say, he gave it a right good go, and the crowd played their part as well. Cheboub on his first attempt with 142 didn't look the most comfortable with it, but managed to have the bit between his teeth to stick it through. That time around though, just a bit too much for him, but again, he'll get one more go. 3 attempts for each of these athletes overall. And the bar being stacked to 172 now for Abdelharim El Amari of Morocco. 165 was his target the first time. There was a green light next to that. Now 172. He looks in confident mood. Thumbs up to the crowd. This is a man who knows the silver medal is more than likely going to be his, and the odds of him challenging for gold are extremely slim with Mohamed El Alfan in the form that he's in. So Abdelharim El Amari definitely satisfied at being the happy medium and the provisional silver medalist here. Can he extend the margin between him and bronze by managing this lift of 172? He's managed it. Well, it looked good. just held my breath to make sure the officials agreed, because it's easy to get pie in your face when they don't. But Abdelharim El Amari looked almost in cruise control with that lift at 172. It looked no heavier than his lift at 165. And they are very good signs when the athlete is making it look that simple. The exertion of his facial expression may be saying a bit of a different story, but from that angle there you can see his demeanour. He's very strong and very much attacking that lift in the way it should be. So silver looks like it's going to Morocco's Abdelharim El Amari, but gold Mohamed El Alfat of Egypt. And that bar looks like it's about to snap, as he will now come and pit his wits against 217 kilograms. Well, this is the weight he managed in the up to 72 category back in 2014 to get the World Championship gold there. The heaviest he's ever lifted was 219 at London 2012 in the up to 75. So this is the most he's lifted since the recent World Championships in Mexico 2017, where for the first time he was in this weight division but just missed out on the medal, finishing in 4th. Looks set for the gold here though. Oh, that is tremendous. If he's managed this, and he has, Mohamed El Alfat with a tremendous lift, the Egyptian there. 217, and there is still more to come, and I really can't wait for his final lift in round 3. It's going to be something very special indeed. Outrageous upper body strength. Do be reminded that these powerlifters have their legs on the bench. They're completely horizontal. It's not your conventional bench press where you can use the support of your legs and your feet. It is purely down to that upper body strength and that all important strength of the mind as well. And Mohamed El Alfat has got that in abundance, and that is why he is top of the standings after round 2. With Abdelharim El Amari looking set for silver. Bronze could still be in with a shout. Djali Cheboul boasting that at the moment, but Mohamed Hussein and also Kraman Hono Fehun have a good chance of breaking down the barrier there. But Brimat Nelson Domawa, a champion in himself, to be here representing Sierra Leone, the first ever to do so in powerlifting on an international scale. He managed 80 kg with his previous lift. Now he goes 10 better, 90 kg for Domawa of Sierra Leone. Right arm seemed a bit dominant there, and that goes against him. The left arm just not being able to support the work that the right arm was doing, and that lack of symmetry ultimately is his downfall. But a really nice warm applause from the crowd as he pays his respects to them in turn. Brima Nelson Domawa exiting the stage after just not quite being able to nail the 90, but he's managed the 80, and he's managed to represent his country, the first in his discipline to do so in international powerlifting history. So congratulations to him and all those connected to the Sierra Leone program, and we hope it grows further and further, and we hope that twofold, fivefold, tenfold we'll be seeing more Sierra Leone competitors in future competitions. Well, back to the grind for Bakary Kouyaté, who is still trying to get that elusive first successful lift under his belt, and this is his last chance to do it. He's having another go at 125, so his pursuit for a medal is over. Whether he was expecting to achieve that or not coming into this, I'm unsure, but he's a man with a lot of experience, 47 years of age. And the Côte d'Ivoire lifter going here for the third and final time, aiming for a successful lift. It's his second go with 125. Can he manage it on this occasion? I think the answer is going to be a no. It is. 3 red lights there against Bakary Kouyaté. But the biggest smile in the building. And that is what really matters at the end of the day. A crowd pleaser. And he knows it wasn't to be his day. Maybe in reflection he'll appreciate his opening weight should not have been as high as 120, but he's here representing his nation in a very competitive field, and Bakary Kouyaté leaves with all smiles after his third and final lift. Well, Benin's Rahman Honore Fayoun is giving up on bronze, and he just wants to see out 140. Likewise to Bakary Kouyaté, going into the final round, yet to register a successful lift. This is his only chance of managing it. He's lifting almost twice his body weight, but they are the standards set by his competitors in this competition. Can he rise himself to that sort of pedestal? Well, better. But is it enough? It's not. The coach seemingly aghast by that decision. But just like Bakary Kouyaté, Rahman Honore Fayoun is unable to get a good lift next to his name. It's a shame, it just got a little bit zigzaggy in the middle of that uplift there, ultimately proving to be his downfall. From one end of the spectrum of emotion to the other now, because Mohamed Hossein has been superb in this session, and he's looking to make it 3 successful lifts out of 3. each going up in increments of 5, which seems to be the way the Egyptians are nurturing the junior competitors at these championships. And he's aiming for 143 now. He's definitely got a senior medal in his sights here. He's already bagged the junior gold. He set a new junior African record. He could extend it here and further still get in front of Jalali Shebou for a senior bronze. That would be something. Oh, it's a good lift. Wow. There was one heck of a wait for that one. Wasn't the most convincing. And I think athlete and coach and spectators alike, we're not too sure if that was going to get the thumbs up, but it did by a verdict of 2-1. And Mohammed Hussein with a lift of 143. Super stuff from him. So to secure the bronze medal, our focus now turns to Algeria's very own Jalali Shebou. Got off to a great start with 142, but 148 didn't look comfortable with. He's going to have to do it again. No surprise that he's not gone for anything higher than that. But his coach, as he does with all of the Algerian competitors, no matter if they're in the junior or the 48 years of age, like Shebou, just passing on his final words of encouragement and wisdom before he attempts to lift this weight of 148. Well, if he's done this, and he has, then I worry for the roof of this place. The Hacha Hassan Arena exploding into life for Jalali Shebou. What a great demonstration of spirit, determination, an unbelievable character, because he looked like he'd set himself a weight too heavy there on the final go in particular, but he's turned it around on attempt 3 and he's got the bronze medal. And the Algerian flag's in full force, as are the smiles as well. Great moment. One of the moments of the weekend. Silver sealed already for Abdelharim Al-Ahlami, but nevertheless he's going for a lift of 182 to see off his campaign in style. He looks like a cool customer, doesn't he? And he's been relaxed throughout this competition. He'll be able to relax once this lift is done. 182, his third and final lift. It's going to be a close one. Oh, and it's just gone against him. 2-1 against. The first one that he's failed. But not by a lot. I think if he had one more attempt at that, he'd manage it. But that was his third and final one, and Abdelharim Al-Harami has got the silver medal. That lift just not quite good enough. Jaw almost in his chest as he lifted that. Well, the heaviest bar yet been saved for Mohamed El Helfat of Egypt. 223 for the gold medalist, the African champion, really trying to go out on a blockbuster finale. Yet to fail with any of his lifts. Can he make it 3 out of 3? Only his fellow countryman Mohamed Hussein has managed that. And Helfat trying to do the same. The world champion of 2014. With what could be his biggest ever lift. Oh, it's a squeeze. And he's done it. Wow, what a session of competition here in Algiers. Mohamed El Helfat. 3 perfect lifts. And he's going for a 4th as well. Well, the world record is 240. And he's just lifted 223. So this is interesting. Now the bar's actually been set, it seems, for Mohamed Hussein, the junior competitor. So there's Mohamed Hussein to come back out for 144. 4th attempt. This doesn't count towards his competition total, but it will be a new junior African record. Maybe a step too far. No, it's not. Oh well. His coach was grimacing. Again, another anxious wait towards the board, but Mohamed Hussein has managed to get a new Junior African record on his way to a junior gold. Success for him, and he's got 4 lifts out of 4. Not many have done that this weekend. It's only the second successful 4th attempt we've had of the weekend. The other one we had earlier, of course, which was a world record, and we're not going to let you forget about that. Bosa Amaleo of Nigeria breaking the women's up to 79 kg world record in what was a cracking start to the day. But the penultimate session is wrapped up now, and the winner, Mohamed El Ofat of Egypt, with a lift of 223. It is silver for Abdelharim El Amari of Morocco and bronze for Tijali Sheboub of Algeria. Mohamed Hussein gets the junior gold and finishes in 4th spot overall. So we'll be back very shortly indeed with the medal presentation for that event. Do make sure you're with us for that. It's coming up in the next couple of moments here on this live and exclusive stream from Algiers, the World Powerlifting African Championships 2018 at the Hachi Hassan Arena. And we'll be back with the medal presentation in a couple of minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the victory ceremony of the men's up to 80 kilograms junior. Please welcome the medalists.
So the junior victory ceremony here for the men's up to 80 kilogram, and it is the Egyptian who is really riding on a wave. Mohammed Hussein has won it for Egypt in what is an Egypt double in the junior and the senior categories for this event. So we'll be hearing the Egyptian national anthem twice, and Egypt and Algeria battling it out for who is top dog on the medals table. Both have really accumulated quite a lot of success in these 3 days of competition, and of course we've still got one more session to come. But Mohammed Hussein stands by with a big smile on his face and awaits the rendition of his nation's national anthem, the junior African champion in the men's up to 80 kilogram category.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Junior African Championship medalists. We will now take the photo picture.
The junior African medalist there, the gold medal winner in the men's up to 80 kilograms, Mohammed Hussein of Egypt, and we'll be seeing Egypt very shortly back on the podium for the gold medal win in the senior category, and Mohamed El Fat. Also going on the podium for that will be Abdaharim El Amari of Morocco and Djali Cheboul of Algeria. Brace your ears for that. It's going to be one heck of a reception for the bronze medal winner. That coming up very soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony of men's up to 80 kilogram. Please welcome the medalists.
Well, as expected, a cracking reception for all three of these medal winners, but particularly Jalali Shebou on the right of your screen, the bronze medal winner for Algeria. So a loud cheer for Jalali Shebou, bronze medal winner, his best lift being 148 kilos. And he managed it the second time of asking, and was a very big achievement indeed. Abdelhadim El Amari of Morocco getting silver, 172, his best lift. Never looked like there was a drip of sweat on his forehead. And the same could be said, even more so, for the gold medal winner and the new African champion in the men's up to 80 kg, for Mohamed El Alfat, who's been in his highest weight category yet in the last 12 months. Didn't quite manage to succeed in the up to 80k at the World Championships in Mexico in December, finishing 4th there. That was with a lift of 216. He's gone 7 kg superior here, and he is the new African champion. And once again we will hear the Egyptian national anthem, thanks to the successors of Mohamed El Alfat of Egypt. So lots of phones out, lots of cameras out for our medal winners here. Some of them you may see beginning to appear on the screen, such as the popularity of these particular three, and certainly the man in green, Jalali Shebou. Big well done to him, the bronze medal winner, Abdelhadim El Amari of Morocco with the silver, and the gold going to Mohamed El Alfat of Egypt. We will be back for one last time this weekend here at the Algiers 2018 World Powerlifting African Championships, and that will be with quite a competition on our hand. There will be 4 categories going off in the same session. That will be at 7 o'clock. We'll see you then.